It's cold in water.
Before this mullein plant became a 3-foot monster, I'll show you and tell you the story of how it started, if you got time. It was pretty much this same time of year, around early spring, when the iris was growing back from last year winter. I looked in this pot around the same time 2 years ago. I was like, man, that look like a mullein. I was like, bro, that gotta be a mullein just from that little, like how they look hairy. I was like, man, that gotta be a mullein. And then I thought back to 2 years prior when I got some seeds from my cousin mullein plant, which was given to him by his mom, which passed away, which is my auntie. Auntie Betty passed away, but she bought the mullein to my cousin's house. So that mullein made seeds. And I threw some seeds in here. I didn't even know if those were real seeds, how valuable they were or not. So I threw them in here, and 2 years later they popped. So I took it out pretty much when it was around this size right here, and I planted it where you just seen it. And that's the result. And then this year, which is almost 3 or 4 years later, 2 to 3 years later, this one popped. So then I asked myself, how are these seeds still viable? So then I went to Google and asked Google, how long can a mullein seed stay viable within the ground? Now remember I told y'all how magnificent this herb was and how easy it was to tell how great of a herb this was, merely by it being covered in ice and snow and thawing out looking like it was never covered in ice and snow. So then I'm like, man, how can these seeds stay viable 3, 4 years later? So I went to Google and asked, say Google, how long can a mullein seed stay viable? And then Google say hundreds to 1,000 years. A mullein seed can stay viable hundreds to 1,000 plus years. Man, put mullein in your body some kind of way, man. It's magical. And that's the story of how we got here. But on a second note, man, what if I did all this for 7 grapes? We got some grapes forming right there. I feel like more formed last year. I don't know if something happened, but we got some. Let me see, let me get y'all good. Got some grapes forming right there. Got some here. But is that enough grapes for all of this?
It's cold in water.